Bulungi wakomyewo dda. Kalike namabiriza
nedda ne wano bangi terumbye kati kweri
Are you recording?
Yeah, I'm doing it live.
Oh, YouTube.
Yeah.
Video stored on the cloud. Like, can you access the video? Like,
Yes.
like it even captures the sound and everything.
Yes. What's your number? Okay, good. I give you a okay?
Session case number 100 of 2024, and versus Katanga Mori and 4 others.
Much obliged, my lord, just for the record, Dennis from Katanga again. So, Mr. Lulu, we had concluded when you had told us that a person has 2 numbers at those locations. Maximum. Now, so now just so we are together, if I go to page, if I look at the table at page 45, so just a recap for the table at page 45. If I look at the first sample, which is what you call the control swap for, that's the table at page 45 of the DNA report. Yes. We have it. That's the DNA report, which is prosecution exhibit. That color table. Yes. Are you there? You there?
Yes, my lord.
So you had explained to us that the first is sample ID, then we have our sample, then we have the markers, and then we have the results. Is that correct?
So you have sample ID, you have got the loci and the allele codes per loci.
So the sample ID, what it is? The loci,
The loci, spell it.
LOCI, then the allele codes, which is A-double-L-E-L-E. So the loci are these numbers at the top, in that row at the top, correct? And those are locations.
Yes, those are the questions.
And then the allele codes are these two numbers, 14 and 15.
Yes.
For example, at the first one, if you look at the first sample ID. And 14 and 15 represent the numbers that he inherited from his mother and his father.
Yes, that's correct.
Now, what you do with the DNA profile is you now generate the sample profile of Henry Katanga, correct?
Yes, that is a single source profile from the deceased.
That's the single source profile from the deceased. And when you get a sample, when you get another sample, so you go to the house and you get a sample, you also do the same thing.
Yes, we examine the specimen and get a profile from it.
You examine the specimen and get a profile from it. You establish if it is a male or a female, correct? From the sample.
So from the sample, especially like, for example, for number 1, which is sent from the deceased, it is very easy to determine that this is a single male profile.
So you determine that by going to, if you go to the 7, it has X and Y.
Yes.
So while everything else has numbers, and X and
The donor is a female.
so X means female,
Yes.
and X and Y means male.
Yeah.
And it's why it's made.
Yes, my lord.
Okay, now, I hope they have enough explanation.
No, that's why we are trying to
I'm trying to get how to get it.
yes. So for example, if I look at the hair of Mole Katanga, that would be, is it 012 or 015? Correct?
Yes.
So, and if I find 015, that will be Mole Katanga's hair, correct?
Yeah, you can see specimen ID 6.
It would be 16. I think the 16 at the first location
Yep.
should be at the hair, should be the 16 at Mole Katanga.
We compare the one.
You compare the profile of the sample with the profile of the person of interest. Correct?
Yes, that is a single source matching.
So, if I go to your report, yeah, you have,
In a single source, what?
that is a single source to single source match. That's how we can say the profile of Mole is single source, and the hair is single source, which is a woman, and all the DNA markers are the same. Correct?
The shape, yes, that is.
Now, when I look at your report at page 21, you say, in paragraph 6, the results from this analysis are interpreted in relation to the disclosed case circumstances. A, it is more than 1 billion times, that is page 21. The results from this analysis are interpreted in relation to the disclosed case circumstances. It is more than 1 billion times more likely that Mole Katanga is a donor of the DNA profiles obtained from the following exhibits as opposed to an untested unrelated individual from the Ugandan population as at Annexure 3. I want us to go to Annexure 3. Okay. Now, unfortunately, my Annexure 3 is not page numbered, so I don't know what the page number on yours is. It is the first after page 48. We then start with it's a new table. Would I be correct to call this table a match report? I know this is now Annexure 3. I'm sure that the one on court record will have a page number. Ours doesn't. Annexure 3. After page 48. Yeah. I don't know what page it is there.
By hand.
Yeah, this page. 2.
By hand.
Oh, okay. So, but it's this. Now, I just want you to explain to us this table in Annexure 3. This table has two, this is a match. This is how you match the profiles, correct? Am I correct?
With the profiles, the database, and the system automatically indicates to us where there is an exact match.
So you upload the DNA profile of the hair, is a match or not? If you look at the first one, if you look at the very first one, yeah? On that first page, maybe let's use that as the example. That's the 523S002. Correct? That is Mole Katanga's swab of her hand.
002?
Yes. Would I be right?
That is what we analyze. Swab 002 according to the table.
So just let's go to the
Swabbing
table.
from the left hand.
Okay, so let's go through the table slowly. This first thing is match date. It is done on the 22nd of January 2024 at 11:06. Correct?
This is when the system is able to return to us.
So the system is actually. Now you then have a thing there called target, another thing called candidate.
Yeah.
And then you have specimen ID. This is the ID of Mole Katanga's hand and Mole Katanga's mouth. The swab inside her mouth. 004. There are two IDs.
So 6004 is the people swab.
It's the Pico swab. So the system is now comparing if these two are the same.
Yep.
Now, below that, you have something called source ID. You see that? Source ID, do you see that?
Yeah.
Do you see partial profile?
Yeah.
Do you see mixture? So the system is telling us that 6H2Y23S002 is not a mixture. It says no. Am I right?
Now that's what the system is able to glean on.
And then the other one is also not a mixture, correct?
So saying not a mixture.
So you determine this is a single profile.
This is a single source profile, and you can look at the electropherograms which you have.
Aha. Then, no, before we get to the electropherograms. We then have the locations.
Yes.
These are the ones we have been looking at.
Yes. Those are the ones which the system accepts. They
So-
are not all the ones you are looking at, but you can see you have an additional SE33, a DY somewhere. So the system captures a little bit more size than the ones we are able to glean on for analysis.
Okay. But you get this, what? You have locations here which are in the table at page 45.
Some of them.
Most of them,
Most of them.
except which one?
Space, you don't have SE33,
Where is that?
See,
So the table is the color table. This one here.
yeah, but you don't have SE33. Neither do you have DY3.
Where you have results is where we have a
You
table.
don't have D16.
Yeah, where you have results is where we have a table. This table. So this table is therefore going to give us the results 002 and 004.
Yes, this is what you upload to the system, and that's what it returns.
So those two are a match.
Yes, I've got the system, these two are a match.
And it determines their match. Sorry, let's just go slow. Those two are a match
At the locations.
at the locations.
Yes. So it indicates match quality, exact.
And those samples are not a mixture.
Are they not a mixture?
And the numbers here, the numbers here on this table here are ones on the row across.
Yeah, it should be the same, but the ones on that table are manually transcribed in there.
The ones on this table.
No, the one you're putting.
The ones on this are manually transcribed. This is system generated.
No, that one we upload into the system and the system returns.
You upload the results and the system automatically matches the profiles. And when it matches the profiles, that is when you say it's a match.
Yes, because it indicates here, so it's an indicator that this is an exact profile of the reference profiles, and also we upload the specimen.
The match on the match report, the numbers for one profile should be the same as the numbers of the other profile, and that's how you say they match.
Yes, for the single source profile.
So it should be at the first location, it should be. Now, we now go to this one, which you gave us. If I go to 002, now this is that now the ones which came today, the electropherogram. If I go to page 9, of this document, of this, yeah. This is, would I be correct to call this the data that you're inputting everywhere?
Yes, this is the
The data that is input.
That is number
This is page 9.
page 9. What is this for?
It's called, is this?
electropherogram.
So that is spelled an electropherogram. It's spelled E-L-E.
Page E-C. T-R-O.
Electro.
Pherogram.
P-H-E. R-O-G-R-A-M.
Yeah, pherogram. So that is
Okay, so these peaks, these peaks that I see are the DNA profiles, correct?
Those peaks are the allele codes.
So those, just slow down, Those peaks are the allele codes and.
They are the allele codes at that particular loci.
So, if I look at
Allele.
allele codes
at where?
at that particular location, can I use the word location for loci? Right here, my lord, just this box here, this small little box. After sample name, there is sample name, then there is 682I, then just below it, there's another box which says D3, S13.
Okay, there you go.
And it has only one peak with a number 16.
And that is for sample 002.
Yes.
Peak 16.
Then there's another number below it. What's that?
That is the RFU, relative fluorescence units, which is the big height.
So this is the size of the peak.
Not the size, it's the relative fluorescence units for that peak.
So it's an RFU. That's what you call the RFU.
Yes, my lord.
That is 95.8.
That is 9586. Is that So now it is that you take to our table at page 45.
It's what we export into the other system, and the system should capture it.
You said the RFC.
RFU is 9586. But I have
What is it in the full?
what is it in full?
Relative fluorescence unit.
Relative fluorescence unit.
Yes.
Fluorescence unit, okay.
So it is this number that I transport to this table at page 45.
That number is supposed to be transcribed manually into that table.
It is also the number which you put in the system.
It's the number which is that profile is uploaded to the system with a specimen ID.
Okay. So
That is what number?
number 16 at that location,
It's uploaded into
the system.
uh,
And it is also manually put on our table. This table in the page 45. Now,